XRP, we start with daily chart. We want to see how we can look at the chart. The first things, if we refer to daily chart, as we can see, since the price was within this move, the way is moving is very corrective. Now the question is whether we can put this one as a correction relative to this move, and we can expect for one move up with the breakout of the previous stop. Then from there, we want to see whether we can look for continuation, or we can expect this one turn to a move similar to what we get here for bigger picture for one more drop. This is what I explained in my last analysis. I mentioned if we want to look for buy, as long as the price haven't retested the 50 cent, we need to be aware of this. Or we can expect the full price to continue and retest the previous low. That's why if you want to look for trade based on lower time frame, we should have the proper trade setup. Okay, simply we cannot buy because there is a possibility for continuation as a corrective move. Okay, now if we refer to my last my analysis for the Bitcoin and ETH, we talked that if the price can retest the previous low, any reversal from there, we can look for long term for buy if you want to look for buy. And since we know most of the chart, they have a similar movement. But when it comes to the XRP, again, for sure, if the price retests the previous low, which is somewhere around 50 cent, any reversal from there, we can look for long term because mostly to we can expect to see the divergence. But one thing we should know that if we refer to our analysis before we see this down move, I mean when the price was within this correction, we mentioned that we don't want the price to drop within this zone, the previous correction, which is somewhere between the 60 and 40 cent. Okay, and as we if we refer to this part, as we can see, the 59 and 60 cent was like a support, and even if the price broke, there was a reversal. It couldn't be there for long term. Okay, now whether I should say the price, we should wait for the price to retest the previous low, then any reversal from there we can look for long term. This is a good statement. That means it's good for us. But whether the price can break this 60 and 59 cent, we cannot confirm with that. Because if there is a breakout of the previous low, and easily we can expect the price to drop to 40 cents. Okay, that's why if we want to see if the price drop, if we want to look for buy after the price break the 59 cent, we need to look for the reversal. Simply we cannot buy. Okay, anyway, right now one of the only things base we're looking at this move as a correction. If we get any trade for buy based on lower time frame, we can look at the we can look for trade for buy as a short-term trade. All right, and if we move to forward chart, again, if we refer to our analysis, we have been looking for the breakout of the 74 cent. The price couldn't break, and now we want to see how we can look at the chart based on forward chart, whether we can look at this one as a flat similar to any of this one. That means we can expect the price to retest the previous low, or we put this one as a correction in relative to this. Okay, that's why right now we can expect, technically we can put this one as a correction in relative to this move, as long as the price haven't broke the 59 cents. All right, and even if we put our fib here, 61% of this move can lead to the 59 cent. All right, and even if we may refer to this one, technically if you want to look at the chart, we see the three waves internally. We can put this one in relative to this, we have a flat, the first correction, and we can expect this one be a last. That means if the price drop and tag the previous low, which is around the 60 and 59 cent, if the price couldn't break any reversal from there, we can look for buy as a reversal, because at that time, so you can put this one as a correction in relative to this move as a first correction, third. Okay, this is what we're looking for. For sure, the best thing is if the price can retest the previous low. All right, but how we can look at this later, we move to lower time frame, whether the price is going to continue from here, or we can expect this one tend to a deeper move before we get the down move. We need to see. But for sure, if you want to look for trade for buy, for me, I prefer for price to retest the previous low. If there is no breakout, we see the price cannot break, and even we refer to the indicators, we see we have a divergence. Any reversal from there, we can look for buy. This means we're looking for the third wave as a first correction, which is the second, and look for third wave. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, and if I move, this is what we discussed based on forward chart. And if we move to 1 hour chart, you want to see how we can look at the chart based on 1 hour. All right. And right now we're looking at this. We want to see whether the price is going to drop from here or we get one move up before we get the down move. And if we move based on 1 hour chart, we have this move as a first correction, as a flat, first correction. We can expect to get one move up. If the price cannot break the previous top, which is somewhere around 60 cents, we see there is no continuation. If the price give us one more drop, any reversal from there, this is what we're looking for. Okay, the only question is whether the price is going to drop from here or we can get this one can turn to a more complex move because we're looking at the chart in terms of the Elliott wave. And what I'm looking for if I want to look for trade for buy, as I mentioned, based on forward chart, I prefer the price to retest the previous low, which is somewhere around 60 and 59 cents. If there is no breakout, any reversal from there, we will take as the buy. And then from there, we're looking for price to retest 73 or 74 cent. Okay. And now the question is whether we should look for buy or sell within this move. Right now, we don't have any trade set up to look for buy or sell. Even if the price is going to drop, we are not going to sell because technically we cannot get a really good sell setup. And even if the price continue from here and retest the previous top, we are not going to look for buy. The only times if we get one move up, that means the price couldn't break, couldn't retest the previous low, which is almost 60 cents. If we get one move up, that means at that time so we see the internal flat as a first correction and last. And with the breakout of the, I mean, when the price come to with the breakout of the previous top, which is somewhere around 60 cents, 6 cents. If there is no continuation, maybe we can look for the short-term sell. This is what we can look for. And after that, we will look for the 59 cents at the target or 60 cents. If there is no breakout, from there we can look for reversal. This is what we can look for trade. The first thing, this is what we're looking for, and this is the second one. And mostly we are more interested to look for this. Whether we can get this one or not, we cannot confirm. Okay, it becomes quite complex, but what I can say here right now, we don't have any trade setup either for buy or sell. And the most things, I mean, the best trade setup I'm looking for, if the price can retest 50.09 or 60 cent, if the price cannot break any reversal from there, we can look for buy. This is what we are more interested to look for. All right. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.